opponents are from either the Big Ten or the ACC. So when we talk about the teams of this tournament, there's a lot of competition the rest of the way.
There really is. After review, the play is going to stand.
It looks like the play is going to stand. Cavaliers going to keep their point and double up on the Trojans right now early in set one.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I think you'd have to overturn even this. I don't know if Bowie got a touch on that. But I can totally see the challenge, right? I think the Trojans certainly had a case. No real harm in challenging it, or not challenging it, rather.
Zoe Dode, sophomore setter from Granville, Michigan. Had 18 assists last night along with a service ace. Not going to see an ace here. There's a hard spike, too. The other
man loves to watch him because you never know what you're gonna see. I mean, you have a chance to see something special because of the ability level that he has. But it was good to see him get back in there, play good football, lead us in tackles, come up with a turnover, and now he's knows that he's ready to roll. Should have confidence in the shoulder, and that should bring a good jolt for us down the stretch. We felt like this week we're going to get some opportunities to put the ball in the air, and you're starting to see it with all the guys again. And it was good for Chandler to have a game like that where he just kind of got really settled in and got in a rhythm and made some plays and extended some plays and found some big plays down the field. And really good for Trail, a guy that's kind of been working his way back to have a breakout game like that. So just super happy for him. What I've learned in this league, you have a plan to do both, but then it unfolds how it unfolds based off of what the defense decides to take away. So you want to start with the run, even though I'm a wideout by trade. I still want to run the ball. The best offenses I've been around, can effectively run the football, and that's where it starts, and that creates some of the play actions to create some more of the intermediate throws, and then also some of the deep shots. So we're going to need to be able to do both down the stretch. And I think we know how competitive this league is week in and week out, and you'd like to be able to say you're going to do what you want to do when you want to do it, but that unfolds throughout the course of the game. Yep. Yeah, I felt like we were able to keep going. We did get a couple of holding penalties, inside that we got to clean up, but those weren't necessarily on the center. But that's the impact. When you have to move a guy from a position and bring somebody else in, and in fairness to them, things are moving fast. They hadn't been in the game as long, but that's the opportunity that we have to improve and get better. But we were able to continue to move the offense, have some success, and very hopeful that it's not more than a calf strain. But I won't know for sure until doctors check in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, and so the message that I told the team is, and it's relative to life. A lot of times we don't see the potential that we have, and it takes others to see that potential in us. And I wasn't really happy with how we ended the first half. I thought we had an opportunity there to come away with points, and it was self-inflicted, penalties, and then we missed a field goal, and then we, had a big play bust, and now it went from potentially going up, 4 scores to now a 14-point swing, right? And so I was challenging them at halftime, like we can't be complacent, and we can't be afraid, right? To just play and not take your foot off the gas, right? Because then that's practicing bad habits. And so, the message was, man, just finish the fourth quarter, right? And this is what we play for. We train for the fourth quarter. And that's where I said, hey, you're tired? So what? I mean, it's a heart check. And so biggest thing for me was just letting them know that we're not going to settle to just be, complacent, man. We want to, and I know may not be the right way to describe it, but, in this sport, the good teams, when there's blood in the water, man, they go after it, right? And that was kind of my message to the guys is, man, we have blood in the water right there at the end of the second quarter, and we didn't, and it's not they didn't want to, right? But I can't say that that's okay, right? Because, man, we need to be able to when we have people up against the ropes, keep going and keep playing to a standard and not be satisfied. And that's the whole concept of competitive stamina, is not competing to a circumstance, but competing to a standard at all times.
8 scoring drives, only 1 3 and out. Guys catching is always preaching the idea of getting points every drive. Were you satisfied with the output? What are some things you're looking for in terms of improvement? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I gotta remind myself and remind everybody, man, it's hard to win. Like, it's hard to win, and they near 600 yards of offense. Man, there's a whole lot of positive in that, But as coaches, we're going to be critical. We're going to focus on the areas where we can improve because we know that a game can flip quickly, right, with a play or two. But, man, just super proud of the guys. I think, man, we've been able to put up some yards and score some points, and we're going to need to continue to be able to do that. So we can't be satisfied. But, man, to be able to have that kind of production and then also score the points to go along with it. So there's a lot of positives, and we'll enjoy it for 38 more minutes. Right, because tomorrow is actually Monday for us with the short week. So they got 38 minutes to enjoy it, and then we'll get back in there, watch the tape, correct it, and then start putting together a plan for a really, really good Florida State team coming in here on Friday.
Did Chandler's tape at North Texas and/or his time with you guys show you, number one, the different arm angles he can throw at, and also the ability to throw?
Yeah, and I've said that before. He's just got an uncanny ability to get the ball out, get it out quick, different arm angles, different trajectories. He just has a natural knack for that. So you saw that on tape. We've seen it out on the practice field. And then also, too, he's got the ability. He's just got a sense about him. He can feel things without necessarily seeing it. He can feel it, and then he's got the ability with his legs to get out of some tough situations. But I will say, man, super proud of the offensive line. I know we got 1 sack credited, but I told Chandler that was on him. He's got to throw that. I did. I told him. I said he's got to throw that ball out of bounds on that draw play, and he will next time. So I told the OL they still got 4 games with no sacks. So that was on Chandler.
We're going to do 2 more. I want to get Stu out there slate. We have Jeff and Jerry.
As you mentioned, you got a top 10 team coming in here. You have been part of more of these games than your players have. What is the key to handling a game of this magnitude?
Yeah, one, don't make it bigger than what it is, right? At the end of the day, it's a conference game, right? It's the next step in the progression. Don't try to be superhuman, but understanding you got to have a good understanding of your opponent, like what you're going up against, and then you got to prepare to the standard. And you got to block out the noise. So the difference in games like this, I think everybody's going to be ready. Right, everybody's going to be excited, man. It's a primetime game. There's all these things associated with it, but it's still about the preparation, right? I know you'll be ready, but we got to make sure that we don't just try to skip the preparation and get to the game thinking that being ready is going to get it done. Because no, you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to play well, take care of the football. The same thing that you had to do tonight, right? Versus the team that we played. You got to take care of the ball. You got to protect the quarterback. You got to win the line of scrimmage, all right? And then you got to communicate so that you don't give up a big place.
How important has it been in these wins to get out to really fast start and also come out of that locker room at halftime and start fast?
Yeah, it's momentum, right? Momentum in these games are big, and it just it puts pressure. And we knew in this game in particular, when you look at the structure or how Stanford is built, they want to run the ball, they want to control the clock, they're a huddle team, they want to minimize possessions. So if you can get off to a fast start, play complementary football, and get ahead by a couple scores, you make them a little bit more one-dimensional, right? And their strength is running the football. and we knew if we could get off to a fast start, then we might have a chance to put just a little bit more pressure on them to try and come from behind.
Thanks, everybody.
I appreciate it. Thank you.